Hi Pat fam, this is Bye Bye Money, and this is the third day journaling my attempt to double my account in the MES. Yeah, I've been absent a couple days. Had to figure some stuff out for the Ninja Trader commissions. They were kind of um, they were wrong when I was trading. They were charging me full price, and so I just had to make sure that the commissions were correct, and just took a couple emails, but finally they did fix it, and the support is great. Ninja Trader, they also uh, basically compensated for any overages, so that was really nice. Pretty good experience so far with Ninja Trader, to be honest. One other thing was um, the way Ninja Trader set up. You can see the total commissions, and that's calculated um, not by your actual account. This is calculated according to the application. And so at the end of the day, after everything is settled, all this stuff is updated. Um, so this cash value may not be accurate. So what you actually have to do to make it correct is you have to actually change the commissions in the tools and tools, and then go commissions. And you have to update it because actually Ninja Trader updated their commissions to basically 92 cents round turn for MES, and so I don't think it's updated yet in the application, so you actually have to manually update it, so you get the best results or accurate results. So all right, so what we got here, we have the MES, and I'm starting with a blank chart. I'm going to also record myself just doing the basic charting here. So I'll just work with where we are in this kind of range here. Let's see. Definitely would like to have this huge channel here. And I think this will define my range today, and I'm going to make sure that my points are as accurate as possible. There's a setting to lock these to the candles, like highs, lows, or bodies. I like that setting a lot typically, but for Ninja Trader, it does mess up one tool. You can't actually extend to the right side with the line tool, so I'm actually just gonna kind of eyeball the highs and lows. So we can see that we broke this trend and we're going upwards. I'll just put a quick line here just to show, so you can kind of see the context we're in. So we're bouncing off the bottom of the range, and the expectation is we're going to hit the top of the range. But let's not forget we have a high here. Actually, this is the high, so that is nice. Alright, so we are approaching top of the range. So in my mind, it's the target definitely at minimum is this, reaching the high. But it could definitely go here and probably pop up over if it does get that high. Or actually, I don't know if it'll pop up over it, but if it does break this, then next target will be the top of the channel here. And that's kind of like if things just kind of go normally, hits the top, bottom, and then top again. But who knows? When do stocks ever act normally? The answer to that is, I don't know, less than 50%. Who knows? So we have another channel here. I'm going to, well, first let's draw this trend line. and in my mind this trend line does not need to get readjusted. Like typically I would like keep readjusting it, but it broke down and never came back in above it, so that's a pretty steep uptrend. So I'm not expecting it to kind of go back in there, but we'll just draw for context sake. And as you can see, currently we are in another channel. So, you know, if I were to just do this fully, we have another trend that's broken. This time about halfway up the channel, which is typically a support and resistance, especially with wide channels like this. And then you have a channel here, which is where we are at the moment. And so we're grinding up this channel at this moment. And you can see it's kind of using the EMA as a type of support, now breaking down it. And the EMA is kind of aligned with the middle of the channel here. So with that being said, if it does break down, yeah, we're expecting it to hit the bottom of this channel. Since it broke the middle of it. I don't know if there's a, I guess there's a tool, but I'm not using that tool. Maybe I should add that to my set of tools I use. I do a getaway. I just copy and paste a channel, line up one side and just kind of put in the middle. That is ghetto, but that's how I do it. So broke down, and bulls are buying it back up. And it's probably gonna hit this, and we'll see what it'll do from here. Will it come back down? Like, see, if it comes back down, then the information that we have now is that there are bears here with limit orders, and they're waiting at the top of this body. Let me zoom in, since we're now in a relevant area. This is bothering me. Sorry. Like the fact that I can see it just bothers me like crazy. Anyways, so you see that the highs keep going lower and lower, and it tries to break above it, trying to bounce off the 20 EMA or even the middle of this channel, and we see it gets stopped here with limit orders. And then that kind of gives you a picture that bears are in here now and they want to push down. And so we did break a prior candle's high, but I think in a sense we see that bears are in control right now, and they're in control until they're not. And so the current premise is that bears are in control. They broke down the middle, and their target now is the bottom of this channel. So we can trade off of that information. Let me add my script, my superscript that I so dearly enjoy to have. Right, here's my superscript, and we see that we have a 1 here, and that would be a good trade. I think I will go back. I'll go in here with a 3 counter. Let's see, so we already passed it. Now we want to kind of go
Order submitted
down here. So if it comes back down here, I'm interested in this trade. Because of the bears are kind of showing me their strength and how we kind of broke down the middle and we're kind of retesting the middle of the channel again. It's showing me that in my mind bears are still waiting, and so they have limit orders here, and so at the 20 EMA now acting as resistance. And so I'm here back at this trigger point that I missed, but I'm gonna enter in. I didn't get hit, I didn't get filled yet, but you know, I could be wrong. This could be a support here now. But my expectation is while we're in the bottom of this channel on the lower half, that we're going to try to test the bottom of it. That's my current premise, my current thesis, and I will go by that. unless this breaks above the middle here, then I'll cancel this order. It's looking pretty strong now, and in a sense I'm glad I didn't get filled, because it's like, oh man, I would be so disappointed by that. So yeah, sometimes not getting filled is a good thing. We're still in the bottom of this half. That's a really bad signal candle. It's a bad signal candle, and yeah,
Order canceled.
premise is wrong now. And so, as you can see, people who had the same premise as me, they reversed their position the moment that it started to break above. Yep, and they try to get out right here by this wick. So, good thing I didn't get filled. So, in my opinion, I guess my mistake was don't go short. Don't go short on this strong upwards movement. So let's keep it like that. Let's stay long. So we see, this is why it's hard. So many conflicting messages at this moment. It made a lower high. This when we look at it, it looks very bullish, but the truth is that these kind of big bars can be like one of two things. It could either be very bullish, or it can be exhaustion. So at the end, it's going to be neutral or even bearish. And so now we are heading the other way. Okay, so as you can see, this wick didn't reach the top of these two wicks. So if you're in a swing trade, this will still be a good swing trade for you. But this wick didn't hit these wicks. This wick couldn't hit this wick. And so every tick tells us something. So what we have here now, again, is that we're retesting this little support zone. People came in strong here, and I'm guessing it's because it was the last time it bounced, or from the last, yeah, that people were waiting again for this moment. They're like, okay, we missed it here, so once it comes back down, it's like, what a great value, we'll buy it up. They've made their profit, and now they're out. And so the idea is that now the third time it comes here to test, the bulls who are waiting and got their profit, they could possibly be gone now, or they could be waiting again. I would say they might be gone is because they made the profit, but the reason why I think they might be gone is because no, we in essence made a double top here. Double top at at pretty high point of this range, but actually looking at this still looks pretty bullish. Like I still feel like we're gonna hit this. So even though like in this channel it might be moving around, but I think ultimately our destination is gonna be up here somewhere. So let's trade accordingly. Okay, so we got some bulls again with a trap. You had bears probably thinking, yes, it's our time to come down, and bulls are waiting for a trap. They got trapped. So let's stay bullish. Let's stay with bullish trades right now. Let's wait for a good bullish setup. This is not a bad one actually, but yeah, to me it's kind of like it's too much of a trading range right now in this place. The fact that I made a lower high concerns me, but the fact that I made a higher low makes me more confident of the bullish premise. So let's see, it still hasn't made a point because it has to be on the 50. One point is up here. Scalper's profits right here. Just waiting for our trade, right? Yeah, I'm glad I didn't get filled here. But even if I did get filled here, yeah, I could have I could have scaled in at least. So we'll see what happens. All right. Lower lows, sorry, lower highs, another lower high, but also higher low. So let's not forget that. Right, in a sense, we're like wedging here, making a wedge. And if this breaks this low, then my destination is this bottom of this trend line. In my mind. Finding support here. How strong is the support? Bottom of this wick. How strong is this support? How strong are the bulls here right now? How strong is the resolve? We do have a trap here, ready. Okay, so the breaking down, I'm pretty sure we're gonna hit the bottom of this, but we'll see if the bulls are still here. Okay, there seem to be some bulls still here. I'll draw a quick, trend line. I'll probably delete this soon. But, alright, we see bulls are still fighting here. They were waiting. They were waiting. 1, 2, 3 hits. They got, some bulls got their scalp. So we'll see. We'll see. I would be interested in this two-legged pullback here.
Order submitted.
Alright, I've missed my...
Order canceled. Order submitted.
Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Lower, lower, lower. That is disappointment. Ooh. What a trap. That is a two-legged pullback at a good spot. But the shape of this, man. Alright.
Order canceled.
I'm out. That's too scary for me. That, again, not entering is... Alright, so we got bulls still fighting. Maybe it was a good entry. I just don't like this this candle here. This candle shows me that sure bulls are there, but bears are also here, continue making lower highs on the wicks. In a sense, what I'm trying to say is I have no idea what's happening. And again, kind of happy I didn't get filled, and I wasn't ready for that trade. But who knows? It might make a scalp, and that's a two-legged pullback with crazy disappointment. But we'll see. Yeah, this is looking pretty bearish at the moment. They're gonna try to attempt again to break this. The wicks got higher and higher, but I don't think that necessarily means it's bullish because of they couldn't even reach these. So we have a trap now on the bottom side. Whew. I like traps a lot, but this is too close to support. So typically I would like it, but way too close to support here. To make the profit, it has to hit the 75s down here. So we'll see if we'll make the 75s, but this support here is what scared me. And I mean, the shape of this is very bearish, right? It's kind of like a head and shoulders, like a double head and shoulders. And so we'll see if this continues to act as support and it just bounces off of it. You know, it's still, yeah. So that trap is scary because it's tempting, but the support was right there. Context matters. So we're like in this range, I think, obvious range in my mind. In a sense, you should be trading accordingly to ranges, and we are choppy today. I think we're going to be choppy throughout the rest of the day, but who knows? I think bulls still have their eye on this. If this does break down, it's not. I don't know if it'll break like all the way down. It might have like a deep pullback, but maybe not even to the bottom of the channel. The channel's pretty far away. Again, acting as incredible support, and at the very least, people are getting scalps here. Keep getting scalps. Just keep buying it out. Like, at least let me get my scalp and let me get out. Scalping out, you know what I mean? Alright, we are hitting this again, knocking at its door. Oh, and this is looking, you know, if, okay, it finally breaks it, it comes right back up. If the bears here are disappointed, this is going to be a very good bounce, but in my opinion, I will not do this until it hits the bottom of this channel, because here I don't think there's enough bears, and there might be, but I will be more convinced if it hits the bottom of my channel. Right? Okay, let's make this line perfect. This is when like ticks matter, like percentage of ticks matters, like all that matters. So I wanted to hit this, even break it down a little bit, and then probably come back into the channel, and that is kind of what I'm waiting for as my entry. I actually wanted to break, pierce it, but it might not even pierce it. So this is a two-legged pullback at the bottom of the channel. You have an A, B, C pattern here, and if it goes up here one tick above the signal, then we have a bona fide two-legged pullback at the bottom of the channel, which I would be interested with a 3 order. Man, I wanted to hit. I really wanted to hit. It's so close. It's so close. I just wanted to like, touch it, at least, before it reverses. I just want one more tick down. We're at 202. Under 200 now. Do I want this right now? I want it to. I do want it to hit. We have a micro double top here. Like we keep getting hit. The bears keep creating their limit orders here. Limit orders to the prior bar. That's why it creates these micro double tops, because bears are waiting, saying, okay, this is breaking down. I want to get in. They think this is the highest point. But in my mind, this is going to. It didn't hit it. It didn't hit the trend line. I wanted to hit the trend line. It's not perfect how I want it. Might be close enough. Let's trap here. Okay, now it's hit. Now it hit it, but we are technically still in a uptrend. Okay, now we are in a downtrend with a trap. This trap is making the weak bulls leave, and now it's coming back up. Let's see if it comes back into my channel. If it comes back to my channel, I'm in this at a 4 now.
Order submitted.
I'm in at a 4, even though it's an ugly signal bar at the moment. If it comes up here, I'm in at a 4. I want it to pierce. I want to see the resolve of the bulls. See, even if it pierces, what would they do? Would they bring it back into the channel? This is the trade I want. This is a trade I surely do want. So you got to think like a bear at this moment and a bull at the same time. And as a bull, you're saying, well, okay, it broke down and it wasn't successful. But the bears at the same time were like, okay, we were expecting a breakdown, and you know, if it comes back up into channel, like, we are extremely disappointed. Like, this should have flushed, especially with this double top here. So like, we're riding the channel right now. We are riding it. That's a bad signal bar, but the context for me is good enough where if it does come up here, I will be in for a two-legged pullback. Wait, sorry. Yeah. A, B, C, and then second entry. First entry, first pullback. First pullback. Oh my goodness. The fact that it hasn't flushed yet makes me feel like, ooh, alright. Looking even uglier. That's what I like to see. Very ugly. I'm just kidding. I do not like to see this. This is like strenuous for the bulls if they were to hit this. But triple top now. Strenuous for the bulls because they have to now make the whole range back up here. If they want to break out, they have to do this plus the breakout, which they have to fight through a lot of bears. But hopefully the bears are disappointed and they will feel like fools if this gets triggered. I'm essentially just trading the classic two-legged pullback. The one thing I am not abiding by is a good signal bar, and you can tell that these signal bars are nasty. They don't look good for the bulls. But to me, the context is good enough where I'll be interested in this trade. Look at the choppiness here. We're actually in a choppy, tight trading range, going downwards slightly into our supports. So now more bears are being caught up, and essentially just creating limit orders here, back and forth. Knowing that, do I want to create a stop order when the whole market is making limit orders back and forth here? These wicks look nasty, but in my opinion, they're just signifying a range. All right, one more temp breakdown. All right, are the bulls out? That is a question. I think this, to me, is a little bit far from my liking, even though it did hit this. Alright, definitely lowering this. I am not interested. Oh my gosh. Not interested in a
Order
3
canceled.
count or 4 count.
Order submitted.
This actually already did create the two-legged pullback. And can I get in? It might be too late.
Order submitted. Order failed.
Alright, I'm in here. Actually, that's a bad entry. The entry was one tick below that, but let's see if we can still get this. And so came back into our channel, and yeah, let's see what happens. That's a bad entry. I should have gotten one tick lower, but it's okay. If it does come all the way back down, then you know, those are. I did change this to a 3, just 3 contracts, because I'm not really sure what's going to happen here, but we'll find out. You got to kind of trust the trust that two-legged pullbacks are a good pattern or good setup on supports. It's just something you got to trust when you do this. And then even if you see this kind of like breakdown, you got to use the signal bar, the correct stop for the signal bar. I'll put 2 ticks under the signal bar. And it looks kind of scary right now, but you just kind of have to trust it and kind of just wait it out. So that's kind of like the sucky thing about this, is that you have to be right so many times before you're wrong, because things like this, if this gets stopped out, it's like it's a pretty big stop. You know, the risk reward is terrible, but the probabilities were kind of high. So if this does fail, you know, if I were to look at this again, you know, I think kind of what I said before, like it seems like we're in a limit market. In a sense, we're in a trading range. And when I say limit market, is that with these long wicks in this tight trading range, people are entering in with limit orders. And so for me to enter with a stop order would be at a disadvantage already, because essentially I'm trading, you know, opposite of what the market is trading in terms of the type of order. And why that makes a difference is because trading ranges are created by limit orders. Stop orders create trends. And so in a sense, I'm betting on the fact that if this does come out of this range, that it's going to completely change. Everyone's going to change their types of orders to stop orders now. And that I would have been like the first person to have, you know, got in with the limit or the stop order. You know, typically what you want to see is out of a tight trading range like this, if you want to do a limit order or if you want to do stop order, is wait for a breakout, let it trend, and let it, you know, confirm it's trending. The first question you should always ask is this a trending market or is it a ranging market? And this is a little confusing because it's going downwards, obviously. So you go, oh, it's a trend, but actually it's actually a range going downwards, and you can see this. And so in a sense, the better trade to have done was wait at the bottom of this trading range and start buying limit orders. You know, I buy 2 limit orders, and if it does break out, then either you can just get stopped out, or you can, you know, scale in to whatever tolerance you have. I did have a question: how many times do I scale in? I do only scale in, or I try to at least only scale in tight trading ranges like this, in choppy markets, because typically in choppy markets, they just chop around for so long, and I'm thinking that if you know, if it's in a choppy market, you know, I can have opportunities to scale in because of the nature of it being a trading range. So we're kind of coming back up into our channel. You know, in a sense, I would be okay with just coming out break even here because of the fact that I see that we are in a range. And I think, you know, some people are going to be doing that, but yeah, I should have got out break even. I'll get out break even if I can, with protecting myself from commissions.
Target filled.
All right, so I at least got out commissions. You know, that could have been a mistake. This could be the breakout, but in my opinion, I should have waited for a confirmed. So that's another thing you have to think about. Even though it's like in a good spot in terms of support, and this very well, you know, kind of shoot all the way up. And yeah, I would have got my 1 point scalp. And but just thinking about it, you know, it could have just ranged longer and then broken down to the downside. You know, and so to me that risk was not worth it. So now we're in a trend. We can see that we're in trend because we have no more overlapping bars. So that would have been a good trade with the runner. And you know, it's just like me that I would do that. But to me, there will be plenty of opportunities, and the fact that I didn't account for the fact we were in a range, and you know, I could see this double bottom here. I said, man, this is a good place. You know, it's a good trade. But yeah, so now what we do is we readjust our channel, and this gives us new information. This gives us the most up-to-date information in terms of how people are trading. And so if I see this 0 hit here, which I don't know if it will, I personally would be interested in a trap that would ensue afterwards. And the reason why I'd be interested now in entering stop orders is because that's what people are doing now. They are entering the market with stop orders, thus creating a trend. So I want to see a pullback here, but I don't know if we're going to get it before we hit the top of this. Oh yeah, that was our destination, right? At least test the previous high, and in my opinion, probably this is a pretty strong base. We'll probably at least get up here. So in a sense, like, you can buy anywhere at this point and probably make a profit. But we will stick to our scalping strategy. And I am interested in this trap here. Very interested in this trap. And I will give myself at least a 4 here.
Order submitted.
Gotta let this candle finish. Gotta let this candle finish. Actually, I will use the top of this range here. As long as this doesn't go down more than 5 ticks, we're in trap city. So I am very interested in this. If this hits below, here we go. Right here.
Order filled.
I'm in this. Here's my signal bar, and I put 2 ticks under. And I'm pretty certain it's gonna hit up here, in my opinion. Maybe I got him premature. I did get premature. Dang it. People can buy limit orders right here, in my opinion. Limit orders right there. Getting people who want to get in this position. I got him premature. I got him 1 tick lower. I didn't count that right. I got eager. I got too eager. I got a little too eager there. I still think we're good. Double bottom. I think we're still good. I think we're still good here. Triple bottom. I get stopped out. Am I gonna get stopped out? Okay. People buying right here. The mid orders. Let's see. Oh gosh. That'll too eager again. Oh, gosh, man. Didn't let it finish. I tried to get in like 3 ticks before it finished, but triple bottom. I think we're still good. If we get 1 tick above, I'm pretty sure this is gonna zoom up. But can we get there is the question. Looks like I'm gonna get stopped out, but who knows? Man, I should have. Man, premature. All right, we got a quad bottom here. People are seeing this as bullish. They want to get in. They are getting in here. Or maybe not. I get stopped out, unfortunately. Another bad entry. Just like I'm not, either I'm not focused enough or just bad luck right there. Still looking good though. Still looking okay. It's like if I just had waited that 1 tick above, I wouldn't have to go through all this stress right now. Quint bottom. Quint bottom. Quint micro bottom, to be exact. So like you can just see like, you know, people are just making limit orders at the prior bar's highs and lows. And this is the market that we're in right now. In a sense, if one of these sides break, create imbalance and hopefully break to the upside. Please? Break to the upside? Please? Quint bottom, upside. If we hit this diamond, we are gonna zoom. Like, in my mind, like 80% chance to zoom up. If we can hit it. And I think we're good. It's just a fickle market we are in. Alright, people got their scalps from the top of this range. We're breaking down. People are disappointed. I'll probably get stopped out. 90% chance I get stopped out here. Okay. Or not. Alright. I'm fine with that. It's crazy. This is a wall here. Wish I got in a better entry, but the micros are already breaking out, but the ES price action hasn't broken out. And am I disappointed here? I'm okay. I'm okay with my stop here. I'm okay if I lose this trade. It's worth waiting for me, in my opinion. There's certainly a wall, type of wall here, and are we gonna break it? I do not know. What's this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 mini micro 8 top. What was that? Octop. Maybe that's a sign for me to get out. An octop should be sign enough for me to get out. Or not. Okay, we broke out. So hopefully we'll zoom up to it. There we go. Man, it took forever. I thought we were gonna zoom up to it, but could be wrong. I'll move my stop here. No, I'll just keep it where it was. Alright. Okay. This is like so frustrating. As we chopped it down, we might just chop up, but sitting comfortable here. Pretty comfortable. Now for me, 90% chance to hit my target, but I thought I was gonna stop down here. That was scary. If I only put it one tick below, I would have got stopped out most likely. We're gonna get filled in about 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fill me. Fill me. No fill yet. Fill me.
Target filled.
There we go. Bring this to break even +1. Again, choppiness, and that took a while, but
Stop filled.
man, that was yeah. Wish I had waited. Oh, not I wish I waited, but that was just unfortunate. A lot of unnecessary stress right there. So if that was indicative of today's market, we are going to be choppy today, and I'm worried for a lot of traders today, because choppy markets, they are hard to navigate. Now I wish I kept this trade. But nah, I don't wish that. Do I wish that? You know, this is why I journal. This is why I do this. See my mistakes. Really thought I was gonna get stopped out there, man. That was close. But yeah, if I had just like waited for a true break right here, which I was trying to wait for, but literally like one tick before the candle finished, it yeah. So I got stopped out because we're in a choppy market, so that would stop me out. But the target is obviously the all-time or the recent high, which is where this horizontal line is, dotted horizontal line. That is the obvious target in my mind, and I think we're gonna get there. No matter how ugly it is, we're probably gonna get there. Look at this. This is like, you know, nasty. The 400 tick is going down pretty quick. It is 8:30 EST, so we do have another trap here, and it's at a pretty good spot. But unfortunately, we are in this like terrible choppy market, so traps are not as reliable. This trap did work out, which what I was thinking was going to trap right here, but end up trapping over here. If you guys are confused of what I'm saying and why I didn't trap, it's most likely my fault. Yeah, I'll take this time to explain it because I'm not interested in this trap, even though it's in a good spot. Our trends, if trends are choppy, then typically, yeah, it's pretty unpredictable. So these like traps are not as reliable. But if this was like smooth, you know, without this choppiness, I would be really, really interested in this trade. Anyways, so what I was saying is I can explain an entire trap right now. So trap happens after an ABC pattern. So you have an A, B, C pattern right here, or first pullback, first entry, second pullback, and this is a signal bar, and as you can see, it broke the signal bar's low by one tick. That initiates the second entry, which we can see with a red 0. So now, as we're going to the second entry, the thinking of the market is that we should make a downwards movement now. A, B, C. A, B, C, and then A, B, C, because market likes to move in ABC patterns. So A, B, C, and so the market thinks, okay, bears like, okay, we're going to make our ABC pattern to the downside. We think we're at like top of some sort of range, so we go A, B, C. That's what they're thinking. It's going to go A, B, C downwards. But instead of making ABC downwards, it does actually go downwards. So the bears are now in, but now they're disappointed because they didn't go down further. It didn't make a scalper's profit. And so what I was trying to do is wait for this bar to finish and then place my stop one tick above it right after it finishes, because this is now the signal bar. But around 5 ticks before it closed, I placed my order trying to get in, trying to place my stop right here, but it actually finished up there. So yeah, those last like 5 ticks actually filled my stop, which if it did actually finish one tick before, this would have been a trap already, genuine trap right here. But the trap later happened later over here. You can see it, we're always in a trap because we never made 5 ticks under this signal bar here. So we're in trap city, and yeah, the trap worked out. So we did trap here, and this is a trap that I wasn't interested in. If this were to be a successful trap, it has to get to the 25s up here. But because we're so choppy, I knew that even if it did hit, we would chop up there, and that to me worries me. To be honest, I think I'm going to start switching over to limit trades and join the chop in a sense. I'll start joining the chop here, and when I do limit trades, I only use 2 contracts, and I just make a scalp. I don't do runners because I'm just trying to get in and out of the trades quickly. And so
Order submitted.
I have one right here, and
Order
I'm thinking
filled.
is I will scale in again, maybe down here, and if I do have to scale in, I'll always try to break even. But as of now, I'm just thinking, since we're in a choppy market, we have the 20 EMA protecting us, that at least we can make our 1 point. The reason why it's 2 scalps is because so I can scale in 3 times from personal preference, like max. That's the tolerance that I have. The emotional, that's how much my emotions can handle. And after the 3 scale ins, I will just get stopped out. Total of a 6 contract loss. Potential big loss, but protects yourself from even bigger losses. Even if it does turn around, you have to do the right money management trade. So again, I will be
Order
interested
submitted.
here where we last found tons of support. And if I scale in, I will just try to break even at this point. But if it doesn't even make it here, then yeah, I'll just wait till this gets triggered. We're almost so like yeah. So either I get hit, I filled, try to break even, or just wait for it to get filled here. And that's the nature of the choppy markets, because since we're choppy, it's just going to be in here for a while. So they use the bodies here for a limit order. That's where bulls are waiting for, the bodies, not the bottom of the wicks. And those who waited for the bodies will probably get their 1 point scalp pretty easily. Now that we are bouncing off this, and I see that the market's already showed its cards of where their limit order was, So they made their 1 point scalp. I actually will put it here at the bottom of this, and actually I'll scale in here if I have to. And I'll scale in 2 ticks under this wick here. The reason being so is because I missed the limit order by 1 tick. You know, this is where the market was. Somehow they all kind of knew that we need to get in here. Well, it's because there are people who want to get in with the bodies, bottom of the bodies or closes. And now I'm not interested in this anymore because they already made their scalp. And so the longs who are here who made their scalp, if it does come back here, I don't know if they're still going to be there. So this to me is a good short trade actually. We'll see. I'm gonna try scaling and break even. I'm just trading with 2 scalps, so exposure is very small here. It's not a bad short trade. If we were in a choppy market, that would be a short trade I would be interested in. Since we are in a choppy market, this is actually a 2-legged pullback now. A, B, C, and now if it goes up, all right, almost hit my limit. Let's put 2 ticks under this right here. It's off by 1 tick so far, but
Order filled.
So now my break even's right here, and I'll scale in one more time. And my scaling will be somewhere near the bottom of this channel. So if it's like a pullback, if this gets to the trigger, this is a typically I wouldn't go long like this. See this very tight, very steep bull breakdown. You never want to go long until it at least bucks this trend line. Sitting here, waiting for possibly one more scale in. Pretty far down here, but yep, that's my strategy for this market today because we look choppy, very choppy. So we just hit this, the bottom of this. I in a sense might want to capitulate. No, we bucked this trend here. I'm just waiting to get our break even. Potentially this could like give me a point and completely reverse here with a 2-legged pullback, which is what this is right now. A, B, C, second entry. But in my mind, since I have to scale in, I'm just gonna be out of this trade. So the, previous support acted as support one more time. Now it's acting as resistance. But the plan is, if one more scaling and if that doesn't work, I'm out. Now I'll make my next scale in actually only after a bullish reversal around here. Trying to get in at least with my commissions protected. Might even let's put my stop here.
Target filled.
There it is. Okay, so I got a break even, and you know my rule is, you know, if you can get break even on a bad trade, get out. And as you can see, other people did the exact same thing. The moment they were able to break even, that the market reversed because they all sold right there. Those are people who put limit orders maybe close to where I put it, which was at the bottom of this. Sorry, it was at the bottom of, yeah, this 2 ticks under. So that's where I have my limit order, I believe. Yeah, 2 ticks under this. Oh, that was my scale in. So my first limit order was at the bottom of this, and then it broke down. And so people probably had their limit orders here. So whoever had their limit orders here did exactly what I just did. Scaled back in and got up, break even, the halfway point. And you can see they did that, you know, actions speak louder than words in a sense. No words really spoken here in the market, but the actions you can see is the moment it hit that, it reversed. Now we see a double bottom here. This looks pretty bearish. I think it's gonna hit the bottom at least of this channel. That's my opinion. And kind of like what it did here, it might just do this very spiky, hairy thing. Some of you guys might ask, you know, what would you have done if it just kept breaking down and this was just the end, and it's just like rest of the day just broke down? I think I would have to have a hard hard stop, you know, somewhere in the next like very obvious resistance, and if it breaks under that resistance in my mind, then you know it's just more than I can handle. So it might have been like a huge loss down here, but knowing that we're in a choppy market, the probability of that happening, the probability of being able to get a break even is actually very high. If this was like a strong trending market, like if we didn't see a lot of overlapping bars like this and a lot of wicks, you know, throughout the whole trading day, then I wouldn't be as confident. But the reason why I'm confident that, you know, you probably get out at least at break evens because of the style of trading that's happening right now, these choppy markets. This shows me that both bears and bulls are fighting it out, and they're, in a sense, the market's confused. They don't know who's going to win, right? The market is schizophrenic at this point. And since there's so much fighting going on, that creates ranges, because you know, you have equal bears, equal bulls, and just small imbalances here and there to make the market move up or down a little bit. But because of the nature of the market, scaling in and breaking even is a very high chance. And again, I want to say that this is like advanced strategy, and by no means do I say copy me. And if you're not comfortable with scaling in, do not do it. If you don't have the capital to do it, do not do it. That's why I trade 2 contracts when I do this, because of the dangers, because of the implicit risk in scaling it. That it could potentially just flush, and then you lose, you know, your entire account. And we don't want that. So I just scale in 3 times max, and my third scale in fails. I'll just say that's my L, and you know, and you got the rest of the day or rest of the, you know, week, or you know, you have many days ahead of you to just recuperate. But I'd rather recuperate a potential, no, I'd rather recuperate, you know, like a $100, $200 loss than a potential $1,000 loss or your entire, you know, bankroll. Also felt very protected from all the supports here because I knew we were in this upwards channel, so I knew that even if it kind of broke down, that the momentum is upwards, and we still haven't tested this high here. So in my mind, sooner or later, we're gonna hit this high. In my opinion today, this high and possibly top of this channel. But if we break above this high, then most likely we'll hit at least the top of this channel. All good information to know beforehand to preemptively plan your attack. So I had a bad break even here. I shouldn't have broke. I take that back. I should have broke even because of the range we were in. The context was so good. We were like, you know, fighting near support, and then we had the upwards two-legged pullback here. I just maybe I just got in. I got in prematurely. You know, maybe the better move would have been to wait for this. But in essence, I think this is a hard trade in general, just because the choppiness near support. That's an enigma to me. I'm not sure how to handle those. And as you can see, I just broke even because I wasn't exactly sure what was going to happen. The reason why I want to break even as well is because, you know, like, hey, if it stopped out, doesn't mean it broke out of the range. The reason why I wanted to break even is because in choppy markets, people have limit orders, maybe 3, 4 ticks, 2 points even outside of the range. And if it's that far out of the range, then potentially could just been the, you know, just a slight overshoot and coming back into the range. So I didn't want to risk that. And who knows how long this would have lasted. But yeah, it's tough to say. Some people say this like that's obviously bullish. You know, above this chop here. You know, this chop was kind of creating support for this chop, but yeah, I'm still learning here. Still need to learn how to navigate choppy waters. I'm not the best at it, but yeah. So here, I see a trap. Again, choppiness. You know, even our trending down is choppy, and so, like, if I were to like just continue the trend here, I would just like put it maybe like 1 tick under here and wait for a limit order. And again, I'm more comfortable going long, even though this is downtrending right now. I would be more comfortable going long because of the upwards channel we're in, plus the obvious magnet target that we will have. So we're ranging here, choppiness, and now the market's trying to break out of choppiness, but market said not yet. We are still going to be in chop. We're going to bring you in this choppy waters a little bit longer. This, I think, is actually a trade I like to do, going short or going with a stop order. I actually like this trade a lot here, thinking that at least it can hit maybe the bottom of this range, but again, it's too choppy for me to trade like that. So I'm not going to put a sell limits, because breakouts like this are more likely going to happen to the upside. And this time, if we start to break up, we didn't even hit the bottom of the channel, showing extreme bullishness. 1, 2, 3 attempts to break down, and in a sense, this shows the character of the market, right? In fact, I would even be interested in doing a stop order right here. The reason being is because you can see that bulls had limit orders here, bulls had limit orders here, and bulls had limit orders right here. And so what they want to do is actually, what I keep it with the limit orders, and now this shows that there's so many bulls here that we are most likely going to break out, come back down, and if we test this line again, I will be in here for 5 scalps with limit orders. But first I need to see the breakout and then pull back, and that's my trade. So now we have some support here, top of this small range. It's like every tick matters, right? You gotta know the story, but the kind of like the macro story right now. The macro story is up channel, but the the macro, the smaller macro story is we got bulls here scaling in, bulls here scaling in, and bulls here scaling in. It didn't touch the bottom of this trend line, and you can see this nasty bear bar, but I would not be surprised if bulls are now super eager to get in. Like there will be a bunch of bulls here waiting, saying, hey, we missed our chance to get in here, but hey, we got a second chance to get in here. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is where it reverses. It's a nasty bad signal bar. As it travel all the way up, but even that being the case, I think if it does get up here, it will break out. I will wait for the pullback and I will come in here strong. I will come in here very strong. That's my trade. This is the signal bar is too bad for me to get in at this entry, but yeah, but we'll see. Hey, who knows? None of that might happen. I'm not interested until it comes above here and comes back down. Otherwise, you can get these spikes. You see these spikes here? This is why I'm not interested in that, because people were interested in that and they're trapped now. I don't want to be a trap trader. These guys who got in eagerly and didn't wait for confirmation. Confirmation to me is breakout, pullback, support, back where the resistance was, and that is my entry. So now we got micro double bottom here. Bulls got lucky. There were some lucky bulls who were kind of greedy and they're like, nah, this is not low enough. I want it one more tick lower. Get me in there. And now they're in one tick lower. They're in a better position than those who got in here. But these guys secured their position while these guys, waited it out. And all right, so this is looking very bullish. Very bullish now. We have our second pullback, and it looks bullish, but I would say it is bullish once it breaks out here. And this is what I'm waiting for, my breakout. Pullback, and this is where you will find a lot of bulls. A lot of bulls waiting there. That's where you want to be. You want to be where all the other bulls are waiting. Still waiting for my breakout. We have a trap to the upside, but in a range, choppiness still. So not interested in that trap. Not even interested in this trap. Alright, bulls now, they might be either disappointed because they didn't break out, or they're happy because they get another entry here. Which you can see, there are bulls with limit orders waiting right here. You have a bear story. The bear story right now is that you have wicks, high of the wicks, high of the candles not making the previous highs, lower, 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 under resistance, but the bull case is higher, triple bottom now, and we see also it not even being able to hit the bottom of this channel. So this is the story we were in, and we'll see which story is a true story, and we can tell by the breaking out of this range. Breaks down, retest up here, then we could go further down. I don't know if I'll be interested in that necessarily, but yeah, just because I see the magnet here. This magnet is, I'll color this white so you can see that it is, where are you? Okay, let's make it exact. Alright. Again here, are the bulls? Is the bulls resolve strong? There are bulls still waiting here with limit orders. Broke down, bulls waiting here, limit orders bottom of these bodies. Bulls gonna be waiting here at this bottom of this wick. Alright. So in my mind now it was looking bullish with this up, lower, higher, low, right? Higher, high, higher, low. We actually touched the channel now. So we touched it, and this is a very nice two-legged pullback. And typically I would be interested in this two-legged pullback right here, but we are in such a choppy market, this two-legged pullback would not be as probable. Since we're in choppy market, I'm gonna assume we will continue to chop. And some of you guys might say that, you know, you're gonna miss a huge opportunity here, but this is a very good two-legged pullback in a regular trending market. In the ranging market, such as this choppy market, this two-legged pullback is not as alluring to me. So how's this a two-legged pullback? A, B, C. A, right, high, first pullback, lower high, count continues, second pullback, second entry. So as you see, it just hit, and we'll see if it's a good entry. It looks pretty good. Two-legged pullback. Still hasn't made a scalper's profit. Scalper's profit is at the 50. And it just made a scalper's profit. So now for me, breakout, come back down. That's what I'm waiting for. Just touched my channel. Perfect bounce. If we weren't just in this like nasty, see, look at this. The reason why I say I don't like trading in choppiness is because even here, there's a two-legged pullback here, choppiness, two-legged pullback here, choppiness. Not until this two-legged pullback actually happens, it actually does reverse. So who knows with this two-legged pullback if this would actually had, you know, room to make the scalper's profit. It does. It hits it twice, 3 times. Okay, now we're breaking out. Breakout, come back down. I'm like pretty sure if it breaks out here, it might just, I don't know. It might not even pull back, but we'll see. Okay, let it happen first. I'm just thinking of all the scenarios right now and having a plan if any of them happen. So I'm just thinking out loud. Like I said, people were waiting with limit orders here. On the bottom of this wick, it got bought up. Bottom of this body got bought up. Bottom of this wick got bought up. This looks bearish, but yeah, it reached the previous high. I personally think these are people with limit orders who are waiting. Now that they made their scalper's profit, or they made their profit. Limit order scalper's profit is only 4 ticks, but they made their profit. So my thinking is the bears are out now, and now this wants to break out because now the bears are gone. We shall see. I might start counting micro double bottoms with my counting. We'll see. I just do it manually at this point. Yep, bulls are showing their cards. They're ready for a breakout, in my opinion. They're ready to break out of this. Their limit orders reveal everything, or their actions show me everything. Bulls are strong. They have conviction. The bears here are out, made their profit. At worst, they'll break even, which will trigger buys and also bulls with buys, and kind of creates breakouts. That's what creates breakouts. We're waiting patiently. It's 9 o'clock now, so I'm surprised this is moving so slow at the 400 tick. I think this is indicative of today's market. It's going to be choppy. All right. There are more bears here that wanted to get filled. They didn't make their profit yet. If it hits this, they made their profit. If they hit the zeros. Choppiness. It's too choppy for me. Too choppy for me to go in the first breakout, for sure. Limit order still here. There's still a lot of bears with limit orders here, huh? But I can see. Oh, okay. Breaking out. Limit orders, stop orders are triggered. Now they're buying. Retesting here. Is that the retest I want though? There's not enough space. I want to retest more over here. I shall wait. Should I have my limit orders set up now? Do want to have a limit order here, but it's strange to me. It's not what I was necessarily looking for. I was looking for a breakout and a pullback after a leg. This is after a candle. No. It's too choppy. What can I say? It's just the nature of a choppy market. You just most times just don't know what's gonna happen. I definitely won't put a limit order on top of that range. I would not put a limit order here. The potential breakout is too high, in my opinion. See how these wicks keep getting higher and higher and higher, showing eagerness from the bulls. Guess that'd be good for 1 point scalp, but man, this is rough. I don't know.
Order submitted.
Maybe I'll buy it. I'll buy here, I guess. I don't know. Tapped it already. It's not even enough for 1 point. It has to break this range. I have to like buy here. It's tough. This is tough. The range is so small.
Order filled.
It has to go to the very top of this range. It's just crazy. Two scalps. I know, silly, but it's $10. $10 profit if I make a 2 contract scalp. I mean, they add up. You know, choppy markets, sometimes that's all you have, and so, you know, if you have enough of them, if you just do like 10 of them, you get $100. So yeah, this range is really tight. This like range right here is just like, is that even 1 point? Yeah, it's exactly 1 point. So I'm trading within a 1 point range. I'm scalping at 1 point range right now. I'll make my limit at 1 point. So I did hit the top of the range. I didn't get filled. My risk is 1-to-1 right now. So either lose $10 or make $10. Hit the top of the range already, but didn't get filled. We have a higher wick now again. I'll probably get filled here. Okay, I got filled one. Okay, got filled. And yeah, I don't know if I want to do that again, but looks pretty bullish in my opinion. Yeah, even these breakouts are just like hard to watch because the bulls are fighting so hard, the bears are fighting so hard. Like even if it breaks out, bulls are waiting, and like our bears are waiting, saying, "Hey, we have limit orders up here too. Don't worry, we're still here." Causing more choppiness in range. So it's like, man, this it's ugly. All right, so now that we'll make another leg down, if we do, I would be very interested in coming in with. I will come in with limit orders here, but we'll see. I might go in stops. I want to go in stops because that's kind of like the price action trading strategy that most of us are used to. But today, since we're in choppy markets, I'm going to stray away from that and go more towards what Al Brooks teaches in terms of scaling in with limit orders on ranges, especially tight trading ranges. So I want to see this break. I want to see it make a new leg down, and I wanted to see it hit this. And for the sake of my Pat fam, I will go in with a stop order, and I'll go in with a pretty good stop order here. The reason why I would prefer to limit over the stop if it hits this is because sometimes if it does hit it, it just bounces, and the signal bar might be, it might have made, you know, much of its profit in the signal bar itself. And so, but in any case, then that would probably potentially just be a very nice signal bar, and we'll go in with the stop order as long as not. All right. So the candle filled, and it didn't even want to hit my. It didn't want to hit this, so which is unfortunate. It's actually using the top of this range as support now. Yep, still wouldn't have made its 1 point. Its scalper's profit. It's at the 50. So choppy. This is so choppy. It's like, if you're a beginning trader right now, I am praying for you because this is bad. I'm gonna switch to a 2000 tick chart. Once like you know, these bars, if you can't even make like 3 bars like on average within like one of these boxes, then it typically changed. Alright, it is choppy, but is decisively going up to the all-time high, the magnet that I talked about from the very beginning. Like I said, you could have pretty much bought it anywhere here, and you know, high chance that you had made money. So people have limit orders 1 point under the all-time or the recent high, just way back here. The recent high, they had limit orders here. We had this first touch of the EMA after this slight breakout. Is that enough for you? Is that convincing enough for you to enter into this third pullback? Or A, B, C, wait, yeah, A, B, C, or second entry. No, it's not second entry, it's higher high. So A, B, C, A, just a second pullback. Is that enough? Is that convincing enough for you? It is not for me at this point. I want to see it hit. I guess I wanted to see it hit this, and then see it bounce, and I'll go in with a stop order for my Pat Fam. Otherwise, I would have limit orders here if it were for Pat Fam today. Oh, so this is now a first entry. Nasty, nasty, nasty. How tricky. Like, do we want to go in a first entry? I don't know if we want to go in a first entry. In the context, it's excellent. Very excellent. It's actually so nice. In fact, if it doesn't even hit it by, if it misses by 1 tick, I'll be even more convinced that this is gonna shoot up if it hits this. But for the sake of the path, I'm not gonna go into this because this is a first entry. We do not go in first entries typically. But I will go in a second entry if it does hit the bottom of this channel and reverses. That is what I am interested in. But to be honest, this could be the bounce here. You might be wondering what those bells and rings are. That's an alert for me. I like entering in second pullbacks, going short under EMA, or you know, second pullbacks going long on top of the EMA. So this is a setup that I typically like, but it is too bullish, and I like to have the alert. You know, if I'm not looking at my computer, I'll just have it up. So we're making a triple bottom here. So in a sense, if you counted the triple bottoms as down legs, then this would already be a two-legged pullback if it breaks this high. But we're not counting micro bottoms as legs. Well, I'm not, with my script at least. Manually doing it right now, this would technically be a second pullback if it breaks out, or breaks above. I want to see a true, not necessarily true, but I do want to see a second pullback down here, actually breaking this so my script can count it, plus will actually hit this support and be very close to this support. Double support here. Double support with a good setup. That is a beautiful trade that, you know, you gotta take 9 out of 10 times. Even if it fails on you, you have to be happy with it. Technically, I gotta readjust this to my new wick here. Top channel seems okay. Nice thing about channels, they kind of tell you the timing of things, right? Like sometimes we might just, oh, I just want to get in the moment it breaks the prior candle's high. But you know, a lot of times these trend lines help you with timing, because you're like, okay, even though it's at the same, very exact same spot, if we waited for it to get closer to the actual channel, then our timing would have been better, and we just wouldn't be as stressed. We could get in at a better time. But yeah, so we got a quad micro bottom here now. And we actually have a triple micro triple top. Currently 9:19. It's almost 9:30, almost market open. This is kind of scary for me to make a trade right before market open, because things go haywire right when market opens. Not all the time, but you know, the volatility just kind of shoots up just because of the amount of traders that are coming in now. But yeah, I mean, if this is in the right context and we have enough time, I'll be very interested in this trade here. All right, we actually hit it. We're making a new leg. This is a true second entry, and I'll come in here now if it triggers. So this is the signal bar, and this is the trigger of the signal bar at the moment. And if it okay, now I've hit my channel. I am very interested in this trade here.
Order submitted.
Even with maybe not the best signal bar, I am still very interested in this trade. I do want this candle to finish being made, and then I'll go into it. The tick is at 100, so when it gets close to, like, gets under 10, I'll be primed and ready. Come on. I know. Oh, we made it. Ooh, so far now. Okay, gotta make this. We gotta wait for this one. Oh boy, I really want to get in here. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna be patient. I'm gonna be a sniper. Just be patient. Can't treat this like a machine gun. You have to be a sniper here. This is the setup that we are looking for. Two-legged pullback. A, B, C. Second entry, right on support, double support. Trigger happens above support, and this is where we are interested in going. All right. So we'll let the market choose our fate. I'm going with 4. I'm going 4 because of the trap potential. Every two-legged pullback is a potential trap. So I'm not going in with my 5 scalps. If I was like 90% confident, right now I'm like above 85% confident, because two-legged pullbacks. All right, I'm in on the MES. Okay, here we are. So you see now there's a potential trap here. My signal bar, 2 ticks under my signal bar, and this is the classic two-legged pullback. A, B, C, second entry, off the supports, double support. I think we're in a good place here. Even this might get shaky, but if it does break down here, you know, I just have to get out of my stop. It's just plain and simple for this one. No scaling in, nothing like that. And I'll just wait for another entry. This potential trap here. This magnet, this magnet here. I'm just like, I'm so certain we're gonna hit this sooner or later. context currently. So context, going this upper channel. This potential trap. Trap is actually triggered. Let's see if it carries out. So it's going down. Hopefully I don't get stopped out, but you know, that's why these two-leg pullbacks are scary, because of the trap potential, which is actually, it did hit my stop but didn't trigger it. Alright, we got bulls. Thank you, bulls. Bulls saved me there. I don't want to make it one tick under this one now, just cause then that means that will be a successful trap. I'll get out there. I'll take the hit here. It's the setup is just too nice. You gotta take the setup. I'm feeling pretty confident here. The fact that the bulls bought all this up makes me pretty confident that that we're gonna get this. Bulls with limit orders, prior candles low. Sitting okay here. I feel okay here. And if I lose out on this trade, I'm okay with that. That's completely okay with me. You gotta take the two-legged pullback on double supports, right? You gotta do that. It's looking a little sketchy. Looking sketchy.
Stop filled.
Alright, so that's the trap. That's the power of the trap. That's why I didn't go with my full 5, because every two-legged pullback is a potential trap. If anything, maybe I should have waited for the trap to hit. But, yeah. We're breaking down. It's getting close. I'm going to change to 2000 tick, end the recording right there. Alright, this is a potential setup here. We have like a big bull breakout coming out of this channel, and I'm waiting for the two-legged pullback to trigger. Two-legged pullback here is A, B, C, and now second entry above the signal bar. I'm in the trade. Signal bar is pretty large, so the stop is going to be far away. But I decided to hit because the two-legged pullback touched the 20 EMA. What a terrible fill. My fill is 2 ticks above where I wanted it, or 1 tick above where I wanted it, plus it didn't hit on the ES until later. Terrible fill, but we'll work with that. We're kind of like at a resistance point created from this bottom trend line, but I figured it's still a good hit because of how strong this bull breakout was, plus the touch on the 20 EMA. Again, A, B, C, second entry. So we are about 2 ticks away from getting filled. I'd be 1 tick away getting filled if my fill was good, my entry was good. I think we're gonna hit it. Okay, got filled. I'm gonna move my stop. And my target, I'll make it 1 point under the all-time or the recent all-time high, which is matching these. All-time high since the all-time high and the most recent low. So I'm comfortable here. I'm in a no-risk trade. And I got stopped out. But that's a two-legged pullback to the 20 EMA during a strong uptrend, as we see here. So now we can draw this tight channel. All right. I'm expecting this to hit. Actually, here I'll stay in. It's recording. If this triggers, then I'm going to go in for a trap. If this hits, if this goes down one tick, I'm going in for the trap. Trap trade. So we have a trap, potential trap here. And we will be a trap as long as we don't make 5 ticks, which is the zeros here. As long as this doesn't hit the zeros. Ooh, I want to prime up my order here. I'm going to use itself as its own signal bar. Should I wait? Decisions. Okay, I just put one tick above. I'm using the previous candle as the signal bar. I'm waiting for this candle to finish. And I'm going to move it down if the highs are, if the high stays around here. So why is this a trap? Well, it's a trap because you have A, B, C pattern, and people are expecting this to go downwards now after the two-legged pullback. So A, B, C, and then A, B, C expected to go downwards, but it does go downwards, but only for 2 ticks, which trapped, bulls or bears right here. So we got trapped bears here. I'm going to move it because we're at 18 now. And so this is my signal bar for the trap, and it's a good signal bar. My signal bar is a doji pretty much, but it's a good spot, very good spot. So yeah, A, B, C, and then people think it's going to go down. It does go down only for 2 ticks, and hopefully reverses, hits my trap, and get filled and reach our target. So we got trapped traders here. The power trap is like obviously they have their stop orders at the exact same point where bulls have their entry orders. So I'm in now and put 2 ticks under the signal bar here. I'm like 95% confident this will hit. My only regret is I didn't put more contracts in that. I didn't realize I'm only trading 3 contracts right now with one runner. So I just keep moving this up until we break up prior candle's low, which is right here. And yeah, so I'll just stay in. I'll just keep moving my stop up. Essentially, I have no limit at this point, but I'll probably get stopped out soon. No, maybe. Nope, still in. I'm still in this trade. So how did I know that was going to make a trap? Well, first thing, this strong uptrend, strong bull channel, and a nice bounce off this 20 EMA, which makes me confident that the bulls are strong here, and they're yeah, and they're kind of working together at this point. Another thing, we broke this resistance. We broke out of it, and then we came back to test it. One tick, like 2 ticks under, 1 tick under, and then get filled if it was a trap. If it never reached the trigger point, then it'll just go back down, and I would just never be in the trade. But I'm, forward. I'm anticipating the trap here because I'm thinking, there might be foolish bears here trying to go short on this strong uptrend right after it breaks out of resistance on a two-legged pullback, A, B, C, A, B, C, and they think it's going to go A, B, C downwards, or just reverse because after two-legged pullback, the trend or the price goes the other way. That's what's expected. However, there's way too many bulls, and now trap traders here just made this shoot up. So that's why I was like 95% sure I was gonna get filled, my target get filled, but I'll probably get stopped out. My stop is probably too close, and we're really close to the resistance here. This is the high from here. I wouldn't be surprised if I get stopped out, but it's risk free, and it's a 1 point. It's a little less than 1 point. My stop is like 75 cents up, so I'll take 3/4 a point. Okay, I got stopped out. Another potential trap here actually, but I'm not interested in this one. Too close to resistance. I actually missed the high by 2 ticks. I'm pretty confident it will hit this high, but yeah, I'm not fond of going long, 1 point under the resistance. Call me crazy. Even though you do have a lot of good things going for you, still I'm just not my trade, not my style. All right, I'll stop the recording here. All right, gonna end the day trading there. Yeah, I'll call this day a skunk day. Just poor performance on my part, to be honest. Didn't hold when I was supposed to hold, held when I wasn't supposed to, and had a lot of things, had a lot of good setups. Some of them just purely didn't work out, and there's nothing you can do much about that. Yeah, I don't trade in the last like 10 minutes just because it just gets so volatile. You have no idea what's happening. People are exiting the position before the end of the day. So, yeah, I typically don't trade the last 10 minutes of the day. I did catch a slight runner right here, but it wasn't recording at the time. Just to recap the day. I mean, we are making like some serious highs on the S&P, and yeah, we never got to even test the bottom of this channel again. And as you can see, it just keeps going up and up and up here. And you have this channel here, and we're hitting the top of it now. But I will say today was pretty choppy. You had like hours of chop here, hour and a half of chop, and actually almost 2 hours of chop here. And yeah, just thought we had some movement coming, and got trapped out here. Unfortunately, 2 times I got trapped, and that was my mistake. I think I should have just, I don't know. It was an okay trade, but we had the resistance like this, but I should just kept in mind this strong uptrend that we were in, and yeah, you live and learn. It wasn't a huge day today, but can't complain about a green day. What I end up with? I end up with 2761. So basing this off of 2000 and had 2400. So really, today's up to till today, my gains are 361.56 divided by 2K, 18%. So I got a 4% gain today. I'm not going to complain about that. Could have done better, but yeah, I would just say my performance. I had a skunk day today. I just skunked myself so many times. But yeah, that's part of it. I think I just got to get back in the groove of things. It didn't help today. It was a fairly choppy day with some, every once in a while, maybe about 3 times today we had like clear trends. But yeah, just to say, I'm not too happy about my performance, but you live and learn. All right, till next time.